Have you ever met this type of person? They smile to your face, but talk behind your back. They pretend to be friendly, but always hope you will fail. And the interesting thing is, they don't hate you because you are weak. They hate you because you are different family. For you calm, and they are full of chaos. When you are silent, they think you are suffering, but they are wrong. Silence is not surrender. Silence is strength. It is when you choose not to react because you mastering oneself. Someone once said, when your enemy throws rocks at you, it doesn't break you, it just makes you stronger. Your inner perseverance is more evident. Silence is the voice of one who has risen above anger. It is the sign of a mind that no longer needs to shout to be heard. And it is that calmness that confuses those who are consumed by hatred, for they cannot shake a man who has nothing left to lose and nothing to prove. The first thing haters always want is a reaction. They taunt, they attack, they create drama just to see you lose control. They don't need to win, they just need to know that they still affect you. But then you choose to be silent, not because you are weak, but because you understand silence is the sharpest weapon. It doesn't make any noise, but it makes the opponent collapse from the inside. Epictetus once said, "It is not the one who offends you that hurts you, but the way you are treated." How you think about that word. And that is true. The calmer you are, the more confused they become. Every time you know response, you suck the emotional oxygen out of the fight, and they start to suffocate. You do nothing, but that inaction causes their chaotic minds panic, because there's nothing scarier than someone who they cannot stir anymore. There are people who just sit there, waiting for you to stumble. They don't create anything for themselves, they just sit in the dark, hoping you will stumble so they can feel less small. But instead of falling, you wake up early, you exercise, you are disciplined, you reflect every night, and then you don't need to do anything to get back at them. Your life itself becomes a mirror that exposes their weaknesses. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is not to be like the one who hurt you." You don't rise because of hate. You rise because of your refuse to live a rotten life like them. While they sit around holding on to resentment, you're building yourself up, little by little, day by day. And at some point, you've gone so far, so high, so steady, that they do out of reach. They hate you, but what they really can't stand is they are no longer on your level. Hate is like fire. It burns from within. But the irony is, it doesn't burn the person they hate. It burns the person who holds it too long. You are different. You choose discipline instead of bitterness, build instead of blame. You don't just survive, you move forward persistently and purposefully. Seneca once said, "It is better to heal the hurt than to avenge it." And he was right. While they are still mired in resentment, you quietly building a purposeful life. No need to make noise. No need to win over anyone. Just need inner peace. And then one day, they looked up and realized the war they were holding on to, you left long ago. They are still stuck in the arena, and you have left and built a whole other world where there is no hatred, only freedom. Forgiveness. Sounds weak, right? But really, forgiveness is not surrender, which is the pinnacle of inner strength. You don't forgive them because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. Freedom from obsession. Freedom from the toxic emotions they try to instill in you. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is saying, "I don't have you on my mind anymore. You no longer have the power to hurt me." Monius Rufus once taught, "Not only should you not harm others, but you should also not wish them ill." And that is true forgiveness. Let go of both the act and the thought of revenge. When you forgive in a way open, calm, and sincere, did you take away their ultimate weapon? Your attention. Nothing will make them fall apart more than you no longer care. And the world saw it. They didn't see a weakling, but a man went through fire and still strong enough to say, "I let go. I choose peace." You don't have to fight to win. You just need far beyond them, in your thinking, in your actions, and in how you keep your own peace. When they sow chaos, you silent. When they want you to suffer, you calm. When they want war, you choose peace. And that peace, no noise, no hatred, is the deepest punishment. because it shows you are on a higher level, where they cannot reach, and also incomprehensible. That is a true Stoic philosophy, where we do not react instinctively, but overcome by reason. Don't run after the war, but leave it and go so far that the noise becomes meaningless. If you feel these values touch you, please subscribe to Daily Stoic Light channel to get more videos to help you live more peacefully, stronger, and freer every day. Don't fight to be heard, live so that your silence is enough to shake.